The plan was to get rid of us, the both of us, myself and Anton, so that they can operate freely. And I remember one of the guys told me during the hearing to say that if the company doesn't dismiss me, then they're leaving them with no choice, but they will have to shoot me.
And so I'm like working out, he's sleeping in the next room. All of a sudden he comes in the room and his like hair's kind of crazy, his eyes are bloodshot. I was like, hey man, like what's going on? And he looks at me and he goes, they got him. Got who? It's like they got Anton. Basically, they pretended like their car had broken down and they went up to Anton, who was, I think, working on his truck at the time, pretended like they needed help, and Anton's just always in that mode of like hey, how can I help you guys? And then they basically pulled out their guns and shot him right there. His wife, Grace, came out, and I think she was right there, and then she screamed, and they shot her in the stomach. And then one of his kids tried to get his sidearm, and they shot at him before taking off.
Anton didn't deserve what happened to him, but it happened. So if it happens to me, so be it. But I won't stop doing what I'm supposed to do.
And we believe, if I'm understanding correctly from the beginning of you telling this, you think it was actually those two Rangers who had gone dark themselves who may have done this, like personally?
I don't think they performed the hit, but instigated it. And maybe Orlat, you can jump in a little bit with what you're able to say. But
and Orlat, if you wouldn't mind, I didn't want to interrupt the story there because obviously we got to get that, and you were explaining it. But in the build up to this, when Anton is sending those voicemails to John while he's on and off from deployment, moving his family around and everything, you're with him for a lot of this, obviously. So number one, were you also getting concerned for your family at the time, and are you concerned now? And number two, by the time it happened, how worried was he still? Even if you had said you thought like, oh, it got quiet, they got scared off. Was he still very fearful of that till the day he died?
I was getting emotional, but yeah, I've got to be up on my game here. So
take your time,
when this started, in fact, it didn't start 2022. It started way before that. The plan was to get rid of us, the both of us, myself and Anton, out of Timbavati, so that they can operate freely, because they felt like we can be a problem if we dare, they're not going to be able to do what they wanted to do. So they had plan in place to say that, okay, this is what we're going to use against Orlat, this is what we're going to use against Anton, so that we get rid of them here. The first plan was not to kill us, but to make us lose our job, and of which they failed that.
Now, how did they want to do that?
There was a planned grievance that was launched against the both of us, but they first started with me. If they got rid of me, then they were going to come for Anton. They had a couple of charges that they drafted to say that, okay, this is what we're charging him of, and we no longer want to work with him. And you could see that was a sign to say that these guys have completely turned. So, and they even forced all the Rangers to say that you sign this grievance form so that it can have that impact. And we went for a couple of hearings because there was nothing evident in what they were charging us with. So they've failed that. And I remember one of the guys told me during the hearing to say that if the company doesn't dismiss me, then they're leaving them with no choice, but they will have to shoot me. So, but yeah, it went on, and they failed to get what they wanted, what they've planned. Their plan didn't work, and they went to this second plan, which was to kill us. Luckily, we had somebody who kept on giving us information to say that, okay, this is what they're planning now. This is what they need to do. So
how did you get that person? Well, if you can't reveal some stuff, don't reveal it. But like, was that someone within that organization who was an informant for you?
This was an informant for Anton. He was part of our ranger corps, then got dismissed because he was involved into this rhino poaching. But then because he was very much close to the late Anton Mzimba, he never wanted something to happen to Anton when he heard this, because he was dismissed and these guys later on got dismissed. So they went and formed a group with him. But then he never wanted to be part of this. So he will leak information to say that, okay, this is what they're planning now. This is what's going to happen. And so he was feeding information to Anton with all their plans. And whenever they're having a meeting, he will say that, okay, today they're planning to have a meeting, and he will update after to say that, okay, now their plan is this. So we then went and opened a case of intimidation, and of which we were told that they will investigate.
This is with the local police? Right?
Yes. Yeah. They said they will investigate that, and it went quiet, like as John said, for a moment. But then, to my surprise, Anthony was off duty. I've just received a message to say that that intimidation case that I've went to open has been withdrawn. But I never went to withdraw it. Then immediately phoned him to say that I'm seeing this withdrawal SMS here. Do you know something about it? And he said that, yeah, if I come back, then we'll have to go and make a follow-up on that. He was at home. We were pretty, well, not relaxed, but we knew that something is boiling. Something might happen. We were always aware of that. And he was supposed to come back on Saturday. Because I was on duty, I had plans to say that, okay, when he comes back, this is what we need to do for the team, and this is what's going to happen and all that. Unfortunately, I just got a phone call. It was on Friday. Late, I remember it was a minute before 7 o'clock, to say that Anton has been shot. I couldn't believe it. I immediately dropped the call. But within few seconds, I had to make a phone call again to somebody else, because I was doubting what I had, only to find that they're confirming that he has been shot. And I knew deep down that I'm next. If they got him, obviously they will get me. So I didn't know what to do by then. But I had to man up and stay strong. I was hoping that they didn't kill him. They might have shot him, but he's not dead. He will get help when they rush him to the hospitals and all that, and of which that's what they tried. But unfortunately, he didn't make it. And that made me lose my mind, because I knew everything that Anton was being given. He will share it with me, that these are the guys, those who are behind the planning, and these are the guys who have been paid to shoot us. I just called the manager to inform him about the situation, and I wanted to drive to Anton's home, but it was dangerous. They never allowed me to do it, because I was their next target. They said that you're not going anywhere. We will try and deal with the situation, and hopefully Anton will make it and we'll get the guys. But yeah, he was gone. He was gone by then. And after that, I had to spend more than 5, if not 6 months without going home to see my family, because it was tense. So we were all hoping that justice is gonna be served, and whoever did it is gonna be found and brought to book. But it never happened, and that made me not to live my normal life again.
Is it because the government, the police did not take the investigation seriously? Maybe there's corruption there. Do we know why? That, I mean, I can hear the emotion raw to this day in your voice, not just for what happened, but for the aftermath and the effect that has on you. And I can't even imagine not being able to see my family for 6-7 months and unknowing when that's going to happen. But do we know why these guys weren't brought to justice to this point?
I could be wrong, but I just feel like they didn't take that intimidation case seriously in the first place. And the fact that I received a withdrawal statement without going to withdraw my statement, it says a lot. Because if I didn't go and withdraw my case, then who might have withdraw it?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was investigation going on that intimidation case. And when this happened, I started doubting to say that my safety at first. Am I safe? If Anton had responded to that situation that it was in front of him, was he not gonna be in chains now?
Wait.
If Anton saw the guys coming, and if it was him who shot them,
oh, I see what you're saying.
Was he not gonna be in chains now, being charged of a murder? Because we felt like this was gonna be, it's something that if ever they took that case seriously, maybe they should have had a starting point to say that, okay, we had a case that was opened of intimidation. We had names of who were behind this, because we gave them almost everything. That this is their plan, this is what's going to happen. It's only 2 guys, those who have been hired to come and shoot. And they had everything before it happened. And it happened exactly like that. But up to this far, nothing, nobody has been caught. So it leaves a lot of loopholes and, questions again to say that am I safe? Is Anton's family safe? Are these guys not going to come back? Because if they've done it and they get away with
That's
it,
right.
What's going to stop them from doing it again?
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.